Revenge for Shoji, Ripper vs. Revon. Walks to the left fight table. I'm interested to see what you can do, but I don't think you'll be able to win. I know I'll be able to win. You've got bark, I'll give you that. Stops in front of her table and places her song down. But let's see if you've got bite. I'll show you bite. The bite of me and my Crimson Nova. Reveals his song to Mary, causing her to smirk subtly as he begins to start walking towards the right fight table. Do you think he'll win this, Kyoshi? Honestly, I can't say for sure. He beat me, but it involves some tricky combos and a lot of luck. Hiro's unpredictable. That's the only thing I can say for sure. We're just gonna have to wait and see if he'll be able to beat Mary. I guess you're right. Hey Hiro, I need to tell you something. Groans as he tries to get up but falls. Hiro turns around to see Shoji fall and goes over to help him as Hayate holds him. Shoji, be careful! After all those attacks, you should be taking it easy right now. No, Hayate. Trust me, I'm fine. Groans as he struggles to get up, makes it to Shoji. Shoji, are you okay? Shoji quickly lunges towards Hiro's ear and whispers to him. Hey Shoji, what is this? Hiro stops as Shoji finishes whispering and pulls back slightly. Got that, Hiro? Looks at Shoji as he sees his serious eyes. Yeah, okay, I got it. Shoji nods as he almost falls down. Hiro tries to catch him, but Hayate beats him to it. Whoa there, careful Shoji. Thanks, Hayate. Nods at Shoji and looks towards Hiro. Win this, Hiro. Get revenge for Shoji. Nods. You don't have to tell me twice. Begins to walk towards the right fight table. Hayate, please don't cheer him on. Why not? He is fighting for your sake after all. Seriously, Shoji, I know you don't like him, but there's has to be something good you see in him. Groans. Everyone is wrong at some point in their lives, but this isn't one of them. Okay, then what did you whisper to him, huh? Nothing important. Hiro's not going to win. In his head. Still, Hiro may be capable of winning this. He's going to have to keep up with Mary's attack and discarding tactics, but I don't think he'll lose to the same trick he lost to me with. Out loud. Good luck, Hiro! You're gonna need it! Makes it to the table and looks towards Mary. Trust me, Shoji, I won't. Places his song on the table and draws 5 cards along with Mary. Hiro looks down at his hand and thinks in his head. With what I saw, she'll attack early on and I have my hand diminish in the late game. Looks back at Shoji and looks at Mary. Then it's a good idea to do this. Out loud. I send nothing back! Oh, interesting. I guess your hand must be good. I'll send 1 card back. Sends 1 card to the bottom of her song, draws 1 and shuffles. So, are we ready to start, or do you need more time for a pep talk with your cheerleaders? Snickers slightly. Hey! Calm down, Hayate. Plus, you do make a great cheerleader, so it's more of a compliment. Aw, thanks, Shoji! Rolls her eyes and speaks in her head. Lovebirds. Hiro looks back to Shoji, who gives him a nod. Flashback, whisper into Hiro's ear. Listen, Hiro, don't let it control the pace at all. Even if it looks like you're winning, be careful. What do you mean? Just trust me. Flashback ends. Nods back and looks towards Mary. Okay, Mary, I'm ready. Notices Hiro's nod at Shoji as he speaks in his head. What was that all about? Then let's go ahead and start then. Knowledge release! Grimoire open! The field begins to glow as the camera pans around the entire field. I'll go first. Draw phase. Main phase. Separates 2 cards in her hand from the rest. I'll discard Evil Encourager from my hand in order to set the rune Deep Cuts. Evil Encourager falls into the drop zone as the battlefield turns to a land with daggers poking out from the ground. I end my turn. That's all? It's because she's trying to bait Hiro. What do you mean? Mary's song is based on attacking quickly and getting rid of hand cards. As long as Deep Cuts remains on the field, the more cards Hiro stands to lose. But if he doesn't attack next turn, she can't pay the maintenance cost of Deep Cuts and it'll leave the field. But if he does that, then he loses out on a turn of attacking, and then Mary will have a looming advantage in damage count for the rest of the game. But if he does attack, then he'll lose hand cards faster. It's a lose-lose situation. I know why you just played your rune and ended your turn. You want me to give you a damage count advantage the whole game, but I won't give it to you. Mary smirks slightly. My turn! Draw phase! Main phase! Looks at his hand, separates 2 cards from the rest, and throws them onto the field. I summon Hammer Dragon and Crimson Draco Kid! Hammer Dragon's hammer falls to the ground and cracks it as Hammer Dragon flies down and picks up the hammer and roars while Crimson Draco Kid slashes at the camera and appears. Those 2 again? Does he ever not use them? To be fair, it's a good way to start off the game. Yeah, but I wish he tried something new. Next, I'll play my own rune, Heart of the Dragon! A statue of a heart crossed over by 2 dragons with their heads in front of appeared in front behind him. And now I'll enter my attack phase and attack with Hammer Dragon! Hiro rests Hammer Dragon. No guard! Hammer Dragon flies into the sky and prepares to bring its hammer down on Mary, but the barrier forms, protecting her, but she does stumble back from the impact. Ah! Damage check! Draw trigger! I get to draw 1 card! Mary draws 1 and smirks at the card. In his head, she's smiling. What does she draw? I can't worry about that now. I've got to focus on the match at hand. Out loud. Now for the ability of Hammer Dragon! I draw 1 card when it deals damage to my opponent. Hammer Dragon lands back in front of Hiro and roars as he draws 1. Thanks, Hammer. Now Crimson Draco Kid, you're next! Go and attack Mary directly! Crimson Draco Kid nods and rushes towards Mary. No guard again! Crimson Draco Kid slashed his sword sideways as the barrier appeared protecting Mary, but it broke and Crimson Draco Kid returned to Hiro. Ah! Damage check! Another draw trigger! I draw 1 more card! Mary draws 1. I end my turn. You're up, Mary! so he chose to attack twice to take advantage of the damage early. Too bad she saw 2 draw triggers though. That must have put a wrench in his plans. Nods. Hiro will have to be real careful this whole game now thanks to those. He went down at hand cards and will lose some more due to deep cuts. That's true, but Hiro has played this pretty well so far since he's used up as much as he could to gain a quick advantage. But how long will Hiro have hand cards to play is my question. I advance the board by using the hand so they have some use and avoid being discarded. It seems you've learned something from watching your friend lose. I did. If you're going to make me discard them anyways, then I can't hold anything back. I watched everything you did in your match with Shoji, and I'm ready to beat you for his sake. His sake, you say? We'll see. My turn. Hiro braced himself slightly as Mary flips a card in her damage zone face down. I pay 1 to keep deep cuts on the field, and then draw phase. Main phase. Looks at her hand and separates 3 cards from the rest. If you paid attention last match, then I'm sure you'll remember this. I summoned Evil Encourager, Shadow Watcher, and Assistant Assassin. 2 daggers appeared, and a shadow leaped out from behind Mary and grabbed both daggers and landed, revealing herself to be Assistant Assassin. Assistant Assassin immediately throws one of her daggers to the right, which lets a figure leap out from behind her, catching the dagger and revealing himself to be Evil Encourager. Finally, Shadow Watcher just simply walks out from behind Mary and claims his monocle before placing it over his eye. The triple threat is here already, but they can't destroy my Hammer Dragon since he has more power than any of them! Whoever said my plan was to destroy Hammer Dragon? Hiro gasps as Mary smiles. I enter the attack phase and attack your Crimson Draco Kid with Assistant Assassin! Assistant Assassin lunges at Crimson Draco Kid, looks down his hand and thinks in his head. I have no choice whether to guard this or not, because I'll lose a hand card anyways, but I can at least use this as a chance to destroy one of her creatures. Out loud. Sorry, Draco Kid, but I no guard! Shares a nod with Crimson Draco Kid before Draco Kid charges into battle. Draco Kid and Assassin begin to trade blows, sword, and dagger with each other, blocking the other's weapon with their own. Eventually, both get pushed back from the battle and charge into each other once again, while they both strike each other at the same time, causing mutual destruction. Thanks to the ability of Deep Cut, you have to discard one. A dagger flew from the ground to strike Hiro's hand. I'll discard Fire Blast! The dagger struck right through Fire Blast, sending it to the drop zone. I am my turn. What? You end your turn? Why bother attacking now when all I have to do is just wait? What are you talking about? You'll see, but like I said earlier, I end my turn, smirks menacingly. She didn't do much this turn. She's toying with Hiro. She locked Hiro out of pay like I did so he can't do gift checks, while still making him discard a card and lose a creature. And it's not like guarding would have helped him much either, Shoji nods. If he had guarded, Mary could have attacked 2 more times with her remaining creatures, forcing Hiro to use up more cards just to save 1 attacker. That would leave him with only 2 hand cards left to go through the next turn. No matter what, Hiro was going to lose cards on this turn, but since he let his Crimson Draco Kid get destroyed early, he was able to save some. Right, and hopefully those few cards he saved can make a difference, because something tells me next turn Mary will go on the real attack. Wow, you learned how she plays just by playing her once. It's only because she beat me, but next time, I'll beat her back. I'm sure of it. Hey, if I can ask, why did you battle Shoji the way you did? Why do you care? I'm just wondering. If you must know, I hate being called selfish. I'm not saying I'm as perfect or anything, but I'm not selfish. Is that all? What do you mean, is that all? It just doesn't seem like that big of a deal to me. You'd think much differently if you spent a day in my shoes. I don't know why I bothered to answer your question anyways. Hiro looks at Mary in question, causing her to shake her head. Just continue the match so we can get this over with. Okay then, it's my turn. Draw phase, stand phase, and main phase. In his head. Okay, with this I have to take advantage now. Out loud, I summon Crimson Dragon Rider and Crimson Draco Kid. Red flames spew down from the sky as a dragon appears, and a knight with a long spear runs along the ground and jumps towards it. Lightning strikes and blinds everyone, but as it goes away, the knight can be seen riding the dragon, flying down connects to Hiro as Crimson Draco Kid slashes at the camera and appears. The ability of Crimson Dragon Rider activates, giving all of my other Crimson creatures plus 50 power. Crimson Dragon Rider raises his spear to the air, causing red energy to flow around Crimson Draco Kid. By the looks of it, Hiro wants to keep up this attack and overwhelm Mary before she can do the same to him. But that means every turn he'll have to keep this up. If he misses even 1 turn of this pressure, it could be his downfall. I enter my attack phase and have Hammer Dragon attack her Evil Encourager! Hammer Dragon flew towards Evil Encourager. If you thought I let that attack go through, then you're sorely mistaken. I discard Killer's Blood and a heal trigger to play Blade Barrier! Hiro gasped as daggers flew out from the ground and combined together to form a shield in front of Evil Encourager, blocking the attack as Hammer Dragon strikes it with his hammer. You stopped the attack? Not just that. Blade Barrier does nullify the attack, but it also destroys the same amount of creatures on your field equal to the level of the attacking creature, which in Hammer Dragon's case is 2. So that means Hiro was cut off. That's right. I destroyed 2 of your creatures. I choose Hammer Dragon and Crimson Dragon Rider. Now go, Blade Barrier! The Blade Barrier bounced Hammer Dragon back and split into separate daggers that went after Hammer Dragon and Crimson Dragon Rider. As Hammer Dragon landed on the ground, the daggers cut right through him and destroyed him as Crimson Dragon Rider flew into the air, trying to avoid the daggers, or even having the dragon breathe fire to destroy some of the daggers, but in the end the daggers cut the dragon from below and above and destroyed it. Holds out his hand to his destroyed creatures. Hammer Dragon! Rider! Don't worry, guys. I'll get her back for you. Lowers his hand and grunts. Don't forget, since a creature was destroyed, Deep Cuts activates and forces you to discard one. A dagger rose from the ground and flew towards Hiro's hand. I discard Dragon Wings. The dagger hits the Dragon Wings in Hiro's hand and sends it to the drop zone. Is that all for your turn? Not yet. I attack your evil encourager with Crimson Draco Kid. Rest Crimson Draco Kid. Huh? Oh, I see. No guard. Crimson Draco Kid runs towards Evil Encourager, and the two begin to battle dagger to sword. Is he trying to avoid the discard ability of Deep Cuts? I think so. He knows Deep Cuts can only activate once per turn, and wants to reduce the amount of attacks on the next turn, so he's using his creature to destroy Evil Encourager. Hiro's really thinking this game out in his head. Is he really doing this much just to get revenge for me? The battle continued, and the two eventually threw their weapons at one another, simultaneously destroying themselves. I'm sorry, Crimson Draco Kid, but that attack will help me win. I promise. I have my turn, Mary. They're keeping it close. Hiro and Mary each only have one hand card left. On top of that, they both have a low damage count and little field. At this rate, the first one of them to take a lead will most likely win, so every turn has the possibility to be a turning point until then. But at the moment, Mary has an advantage in terms of field. Mary has also already proven she's an amazing player by beating Shoji, but she's also keeping Hiro's attacks in check, and Hiro's doing everything he can to stay level with her. This match keeps going back and forth. It's so exciting! You're bringing a lot to this match. Well, I'll tell you this now. No matter how passionate you are, or how hard you think of a strategy to beat me, you'll always lose. Hiro braced himself slightly as Mary begins to show more of her true personality. Until it's cued, she'll act slightly deranged, angry, and serious. My turn! I pay 1 to keep Deep Cuts on the field. Now for the draw phase! Stand phase! My damage is unflicked main phase! Looks at the card she drew and smiles. Now I summon a second Evil Encourager! A dark shadow appears from behind Mary and grabs a dagger from the ground before a person emerges from the shadows, revealing himself to be Evil Encourager. You drew another creature just like that? Nods. And with it, I'll bring you into a world of hurt as I enter the attack phase! Hiro braced himself. Shadow Watcher attacks you directly! Mary violently rushed Shadow Watcher. I won't guard! Shadow Watcher slowly walked towards Hiro. Hiro braced himself as Shadow Watcher stops to shine his monocle and holds it up, blinding Hiro, and opens his coat to reveal an array of knives and grabs 2 of them and throws them at Hiro, which causes the barrier to form and it breaks. Ugh! Damage check! Damage trigger! 1 damage back to you, Mary! Holds up the damage trigger towards Mary as the red fireball appears behind him and is fired at Mary, which causes the barrier to form but is broken. Ah! Damage check! Reveals the top card of her song. Oh, would you look at that? A damage trigger! That means the damage you just dealt me is headed your way again! A shadow dagger appears behind Mary and shoots itself towards Hiro and strikes right through him. Ah! Stumbles slightly but quickly regains his balance. Damage check! Crimson armor! No trigger! You counter my damage trigger with your own. Nods. It was just luck, that's all. Too bad though you don't have a creature on your field. Otherwise my Shadow Watcher would be able to restand due to Bloodlust. Then again, Mary stops. Then again what? When my creature with Bloodlust deals damage to my opponent through direct attack, I can pay 1 and use Evil Encourager's skill to restand the creature that attacked. Mary flips a card in her damage zone face down as Evil Encourager grabs a dagger from the ground and throws it at Shadow Watcher, who catches it. You're kidding! You still get a restand even though my creature wasn't destroyed? Shakes his head. It's fine. I can handle this. Really? Then let's see just how much you can handle. Smiles menacingly, causing Hiro to grunt. Shadow Watcher attacks him directly for a second time! Shadow Watcher begins to walk towards Hiro again. I won't guard this one either! Once more, Shadow Watcher stops walking and this time throws a dagger right at Hiro, which causes the barrier to appear, but once more is broken. Damage check! Crimson Dragon Revon! No trigger. No! Hiro lost a copy of Revon! He'll be fine. He'll most likely draw another later, knowing him. Is that all you've got, Mary? 'Cause it's gonna take a lot more than that to beat me! Don't worry, that wasn't the end of my attacks just yet! It's Evil Encourager's turn to attack you directly! Evil Encourager begins to run towards Hiro. No guard again! The barrier forms as Evil Encourager stops running and throws his dagger like a boomerang, which cuts through the barrier and returns to Evil Encourager. Damage check! Heart of the Dragon! No trigger! That was your last attack, which means your turn is over! Not yet. Since I've attacked 3 or more times this turn, I pay 1 and activate Thrill of the Kill from my hand. This card allows me to draw 2 cards. Places Thrill of the Kill into the drop zone, draws 2 cards, and looks at them, revealing one of them to be the Ripper before looking back up at Hiro. I end my turn. Even if you increase your hand, I won't let you gain the advantage. My turn! Draw phase! Main phase! Hiro looks at his hand and then back at Mary as he slams a card into the field. I summon Hammer Dragon to the field again! Hammer Dragon's hammer falls to the ground and cracks as Hammer Dragon flies down and picks up the hammer and roars. Annoyed? Again with the Hammer Dragon? He's one of my best allies and a huge part of my game plan. Now on to his ability! Place his hand over his damage zone. By paying 1, I can give him plus 50 power. So I paid 3 to give him an extra 150 power for the turn, making him have a total of 300 power. Hammer Dragon roars as red energy flows around him. It's time to enter the attack phase. Place his hand over Hammer Dragon. Hammer Dragon, attack that Evil Encourager! And I pay 1 to add a gift check onto the attack. Hammer Dragon took to the skies and circled around Evil Encourager. And since he has 300 power or more when he attacks, I can draw one card thanks to Heart of the Dragon. The heart glows red as Hiro draws one. No guard! Then gift check. Reveals the top card of his song. It's a heal trigger. I recover 1 damage. A green dragon appeared above Hiro and turned into green particles, falling onto Hiro as he sends the Crimson Dragon Revon and his damage into the drop zone. Now get in there and continue the attack, Hammer Dragon! Hammer Dragon dove down from the sky onto Evil Encourager, who tried to block the attack with his dagger. But Hammer Dragon's hammer was too strong and crushed it, destroying Evil Encourager, sending a gust of wind towards Mary. Ah! Slightly moved by the gust but regains her position. Damage check. Murder Flare Allen. No trigger. Hammer Dragon lands in front of Hiro. And thanks to Hammer Dragon's skill, since he destroyed your creature, I can draw another card. Hiro draws 1. I end my turn here, Mary. Your move. He's got 4 cards in his hand with 3 damage. He's in the lead. I don't know how long it'll stay that way, but good job to him for keeping it up this long. Go on, Hiro. Show that pop star how it's done. Angered whisper. Pop star? Clutches her fist, not holding her cards. Flashback, younger Mary. A bunch of posters can be seen in the background. One states, next big hit, Mary Bellerose. Another says, meet and greet with Melly Bellerose. Whiningly. Come on! Why can't I just go out for a little bit? You're an idol, Mary. There are billions of fans who love and adore you. They come from far and wide to see one of your shows and have a chance to meet you. There are plenty of people who want to be you. So? I didn't ask them to be my fans or adore me or love me. I just want to have fun. You can have fun later. Right now, it's time for you to give your fans what they came for. I mean, you are a pop star after all. It would be selfish to keep them waiting. Whoever said I wanted to be a pop star? Whoever said I didn't want to just be a normal kid? Young Mary runs away. Mary! Come back, Mary! Young Mary cries and pants as she runs into a room, closes the door, and falls to the ground crying. When did I ever ask for this life? Why do I have to be adored by everyone? Is it selfish just to want to be alone? Is it selfish just to want to be a kid? Am I selfish? Flashback ends, quietly as she holds her head down. I pay 1 to keep deep cuts on my field. Flips 1 card on her damage zone face down. Draw a face. Stand face. My creature stand, my damage is unflip, and main face. Shakes a little before grabbing her arm and sheds a tear. Is she crying? Why is she crying at a time like this? What's wrong with her? I've got a bad feeling about this. Grunts as he tightens his fist. Huh? Stands normally. Hey Mary, you okay? Her voice gets creepier in anger with every word. Okay? Okay? Oh, I'm okay. I'm okay, alright. But after this, you won't be, Hiro! Looks at Hiro with an insane face. She begins to laugh maniacally, causing Hiro to rebrace himself. You thought all this time you could beat me? So funny. I'm going to enjoy ripping you to shreds! Mary will act angry, serious, and deranged for the rest of the match. Your end will be nice and painful. Let these cuts be etched into your skin. Cry me a ripper! I summon the Dark Warrior who slashes through the unfortunate, the Nightly Grim Reaper! Behold, the Ripper! Throws the card onto the board, and a dark mist arose as a shadowy figure walked through it and cut through the mist with his dagger until nothing remained with the figure jumping into the air, doing a flip, landing on the ground and licking his dagger, revealing himself to be Ripper. Your screams will be my symphony. Stops licking his dagger and holds it to his side and stares with a glare of murderous intent towards Hiro. He's here. The Ripper. Shakes a little, causing him to look at his hands. I'm shaking? Why am I shaking? The Ripper. The card that beat you, Shoji. It'll be fine. Hiro can defend against his attacks. Except against Ripper, he might not be able to keep up for long. Don't worry, Hiro. I'll make sure your Hammer Dragon gets exactly what he deserves. I enter my attack phase and attack Hammer Dragon with Ripper. And I pay 1 to add a gift check. Violently rests Ripper, causing a card in her damage zone to automatically flip face down. Looks at his hand. Okay, this is fine. I can guard the attack. Mary knows Hiro can stop this. Why would she be so confident? Wait. Gets up slightly, shocking Hayate, grabs 1 card in his hand and prepares to separate it from the rest. Hiro is cut off, strugglingly stands up and yells, Hiro! Don't guard! Turns to face Shoji. What? Trust me, Hiro. I know what Mary's trying to do. Don't guard this attack if you want to win! Looks at Shoji and sees his seriousness. I don't know what you're talking about, Shoji, but I trust you. Hiro turns to face Hammer Dragon. Sorry, Hammer Dragon, but I know we'll win thanks to you. Faces Mary. No guard! Ripper begins dashing towards Hammer Dragon as Hammer Dragon flies towards it. What? It's fine. Reveals the top card for song. Gift check! Damage trigger! 1 damage to you, Hiro! A shadow dagger appears behind Mary and shoots itself towards Hiro and strikes right through him. Stumbles for a second but regains his balance. Damage check! Flame shield! No trigger! The battle of the creatures continues. Ripper strikes a Hammer Dragon with his dagger, but is successfully blocked by Hammer Dragon's hammer over and over again until Hammer Dragon tries to go on the offense by knocking Ripper back and tries hitting him with his hammer, but Ripper ducks and cuts him clean in half with his dagger, sending a gust of wind towards Hiro that knocks him down. He slowly gets back up. I'm not done yet. Damage check. Shield Guard Dragon. No trigger. Jumps to the sky and lands in front of Hiro, causing him to step back slightly. Don't worry, you're next. Ripper's ability activates! When he destroys one of your creatures, I can choose a card from your hand at random and discard it. And don't forget about Deep Cut's ability to make you discard either. Now Ripper, get that far card on the right! Raises her hand in command of Ripper's ability. I'll slice your hand nice and good. Shadow Slice! Takes his dagger and cuts through the card on the far right of Hiro's hand, sending it to the drop zone. The card is a heal trigger. As for the second card, I'll discard Dragon's Call. Ripper grabbed the dagger from the ground and used it to slice through the card in the middle of Hiro's hand, which was Dragon's Call. Hiro put his hand back slightly from the strike. Well, there goes the card that beat me. But it makes sense though that he got rid of it here. He can't use it against Mary easily since he's constantly losing hand cards. But Shoji, why did you tell Hiro not to guard? The way Mary looked when she drew and the cards she played from her hand makes me think she has two Rippers in her hand. Basically, if he guarded now, he'd be safe, but next turn and the following one, he would lose everything on his field and hand, causing him to lose. And to think, if Hayate was fighting up there, I'm pretty sure you would have said something much sooner. Hey Hayate, is someone talking because I can't hear them? Wow, Shoji, just wow. Now Ripper! Restand due to Bloodlust! Ripper stood back up and looked menacingly at Hiro. I attacked you directly with Ripper, and I pay 1 to get another gift check! Violently rests Ripper. Your agony, pain, suffering, it was so enjoyable. Let me feel more of it! Spins his dagger. I won't guard! Gift check! Thrill the kill! No trigger! No trigger? That's fine. I'll still rip you to pieces! Ha! Stops spinning the dagger and gets ready to cut Hiro with it when the barrier appears. Ripper slashed at the barrier countless times, eventually breaking and making Hiro falter in his stance. Drags his foot on the ground, maintaining his position as he regains his stance. Damage check! Young Guard Draco Kid, no trigger! And to think, I'm not even close to done! Shadow Watcher attack! Shadow Watcher walked towards Hiro but stopped right in front of him to shine his monocle. No guard! Shadow Watcher's monocle shine blinded Hiro as he opens his coat to reveal an array of knives and grabs 2 of them and throws them at Hiro, which causes the barrier to form and it breaks. Damage check! Draw trigger! I draw 1 card! Hiro draws 1. Before my turn ends, I activate another Thrill the Kill from my hand. Throws Thrill the Kill into her drop zone. I pay 1 to draw 2 cards as I've attacked 3 times this turn. Mary draws 2 cards. Now it's your turn, Hiro. Enjoy it, because it'll be your last. No, it won't. I can't beat you now, but I know next turn I'll survive your onslaught. I'd like to see you try. Do you think Hiro can really make it past Mary's next turn? It depends on what he does here. If he doesn't gain enough defensive power, then he's lost. It's my turn! Draw phase, stand phase, my damage is on flipped and main phase! Hiro looks at his hand cards before refocusing on Mary and separating 2 cards from the rest. I'll start by summoning Crimson Dragon Rider! Red flames spew down from the sky as a dragon appears and a knight with a long spear runs along the ground and jumps towards it. Lightning strikes and blinds everyone, but as it goes away, the knight can be seen riding the dragon flying down next to Hiro. And next, coming and slashing will be Crimson Sword! 3 flame slashes cut at the camera on a black background and breaks through it, revealing Crimson Sword floating to the ground. Crimson Sword? I think I see what he's planning. Thanks to Crimson Dragon Rider's effect, Crimson Sword gets an extra 50 power during my turn. Next, I go straight into my attack phase. Oh, already? I'll have Crimson Dragon Rider attack your Ripper! Hiro rests Crimson Dragon Rider, who nods and takes flight towards Ripper. What is he doing? Rider doesn't have enough power to destroy Ripper. Have you given up on winning? Not yet, because I'm activating the skill of Crimson Sword. When my other Crimson creature attacks, I may rest Crimson Sword to add its power to the attacking creature. And in this case, thanks to Rider, its power is 150. So 150 power is added to Rider for a total of 250 power. The dragon roars, causing a vibration to fly through the ground, causing the Crimson Sword to launch into the air and transform into a sword as the rider raises his hand into the air and catches the sword, causing a red aura to surround him. And I'll pay 1 to add a gift check to this attack. 250 power? I don't think I can stop that. Oh wait, guard! Damage trigger! Throws the damage trigger into the drop zone, causing a shadow dagger to appear behind Ripper, who grabbed it and used it to deflect the attack before disappearing. Ha! You thought that was enough to beat me? Crimson Dragon Rider flies back down to Hiro and places the sword on the ground. Don't forget I have a gift check! Reveals the top card of his song. Gift check! Draw trigger! I draw 1 card! Hiro draws 1. I have my turn here. I think that may have been Hiro's last chance for a comeback. This next turn is going to be brutal for him. All he has to do is block Ripper's attack, and he has triggers in his hand. It shouldn't be that hard for him to survive. You're forgetting. Mary either has another Ripper in hand, or a card just as dangerous. A card just as dangerous as Ripper? What could it be? Don't worry, Hiro! You've got this! Just stand your ground and you'll be fine! Looks at Hiro and Mary as he speaks in his head. It's close, but it's game over. They'll lose here. Aw, you were so close. Not really. Chuckles slightly. It's time for this match to end. My turn! I'll pay 1 to keep deep cuts on my field. Draw phase! Draws but doesn't look at the card. Stand phase! My damage is unflipped, my creatures stand and main phase! Separates 2 cards in her hand from the rest and throws down the remaining 3. I summon Assistant Assassin, and Evil Encourager! A fog engulfs the field. A figure walks out, revealing himself to be Evil Encourager, who grabs a dagger on the ground and blows away the fog with it, revealing 2 Assistant Assassins walking out. 3 more creatures? She's planning on finishing this now! Brace himself in preparation. Bring it on, Mary! I'm ready for you! Thinking you can win? How cute. Not! It's time for battle! I enter my attack phase and attack your Crimson Sword with Shadow Watcher! Shadow Watcher walks towards the sword and pulls out a dagger from his chest, separates a card in his hand from the rest and reveals it to Mary. I'll guard with a draw trigger! A legion of dragons appeared, pushing back Shadow Watcher before it could get to Crimson Sword. Why did he use his draw trigger here? I know, right? He should have just taken the attack and used it to guard against Ripper. Maybe he has a plan. In his head, Hiro, are you banking on... Shoji stops. A guard? Okay. If you think that's going to work, then let's test that theory! I attack your Crimson Sword again, this time with Assistant Assassin! The Assistant Assassin on the left dashes towards Crimson Sword. No guard! Assistant Assassin runs and cuts right through Crimson Sword, who fires back at Assistant Assassin before it can run away, destroying them both. Sorry, Crimson Sword. Don't forget the effects of deep cuts, making you discard 1! I'll discard Crimson Striker. A dagger rises from the ground and strikes at Hiro's hand, sending Crimson Striker to the drop zone. Stumbles back slightly from the dagger. I'm not done yet! It's your turn, Ripper! Attack the Crimson Dragon Rider! Yes! Yes! Your agonizing screams will bring me bliss! Sorry, Ryder, but next turn we'll win thanks to this. Ryder and Hiro share a nod as Ryder prepares to go into battle. No guard! Perfect! Now nothing will get in my way! Dashes towards Crimson Dragon Rider, who takes off to battle him. Ripper pulls off some acrobatics, jumping around Crimson Dragon Rider and attacking it from every single angle, which Ryder can do nothing about, and is eventually cut right through the back, sending a blast of wind towards Hiro and slightly knocking him back. Damage check! Damage trigger! 1 damage to you, Mary! A red fireball appears behind Hiro and is fired at Mary, which causes the barrier to form but is broken. Damage check! Murderer's first day! No trigger! That's not enough to stop me! Ripper's effect activates! 1 card from your hand is discarded! This time the card on the left! Now it's your turn! I'll cut your hand deep! Looks at Hiro. Nothing is safe from me and my blade! Shadow Slice! Takes his dagger and cuts through the card on the far left of Hiro's hand, sending it to the drop zone, revealing it to be Young Guard Draco Kid. The card discarded is Young Guard Draco Kid. And let's not forget, since Ripper destroyed your creature, Bloodlust activates and he restands! Ripper stands up in front of Hiro. I now attack you directly with Ripper, and I'll pay 1 to add a gift check. No guard! Yes, yes, your pain, your suffering, I desire more of it! Pulls his dagger to get ready to strike. Gift check! Damage trigger! 1 more damage to you, Hiro! A shadow dagger forms behind Mary and flies towards Hiro, but Ripper catches it. I won't let you be the one to bring him pain. That's my job! Ripper takes both daggers and continuously strikes at Hiro as the barrier forms, but is broken and Hiro is pushed back and falls to the ground. Hiro pants twice before he slowly gets up and walks towards this table. I'm not done yet. Place his hand over his song. Damage check. Heal trigger. I recover 1 damage. Throws the heal trigger to the drop zone, which knocks the Shield Guard Dragon in the same slot to the drop zone. Damage check. Second check. Draw trigger. I draw 1 card. Hiro draws 1 and looks at the card. Finally, now everything is ready. Smiles as he re-energizes himself before refocusing on Mary, annoying her and angering her. There it is, the card he'll need. Now the question is, Hayate stops, will he be able to use it? Except we all know Mary isn't done. Hiro only has 2 hand cards and 9 damage, while she still has 3 creatures left. Notices Hiro smile and gets even angrier. If you think that'll be enough to stop me, then you're wrong! I pay 1 and activate Evil Encourager's effect to restand Ripper! Ripper stands up 1 more time. 1 more time and I'll be satisfied! Hiro doesn't look worried. Don't worry, Ripper. You'll battle 1 more time. And with Revon, no less. In his head, here it comes. Brace himself. I pay 2 and activate Fall once more! While Ripper is on my field, I can play the spell during my attack phase. Using this card allows you to bring back 1 creature from your choice from your drop zone and place it on your field. Now come back, Crimson Dragon Revon! A portal to the drop zone opens and Revon is slowly levitated out of there and placed onto the ground as the portal disappears. Revon! What? She can bring Revon back? She's trying to destroy Revon like how she destroyed Tyrus. That's just brutal. Reviving a fallen creature from the drop zone and forcing it to battle against its will. At least when Hayate does it, she doesn't intend for its destruction. Hey! Hey! Wait, no, never mind. That's fair. In his head, this doesn't make sense. Why would she waste her time reviving Revon when she could just win? Now it's time to finish this! Ripper! With a gift check attack to your heart's content and destroy Revon! Raise her hand commandingly as she yells hysterically. Yes! Yes! This is it! I'm overflowing with your misery! And this will be your finale! Red Ripper! Dashes towards Revon and attacks with his acrobatics. Roars and pushes Ripper back. The two charge towards each other and fight tail/claws to dagger. Eventually, Revon tries to swing his tail at Ripper but misses as he ducks and dashes towards him with his dagger. It's over! Follow me to the abyss! Raises his dagger for the attack. Now safeguard! Young Gardricket appears between Ripper and Revon and creates a shield, blocking Ripper's attack and pushing it back. I discard Young Gardricket from my hand and nullify your attack! Ugh! Regains his stance and jumps towards the shield and strikes it with his dagger relentlessly. No, 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 no! The barrier does not break. This was supposed to be it! Your finale! Your screams would fill me with endless joy! Young Gardricket roars and pushes Ripper back before nodding at Hiro and disappearing. What? Use the safeguard? You weren't supposed to survive! You weren't supposed to survive this turn! Bangs her fist on the table. I still have my gift check. If I see a damage trigger, I win! But that's if you see a damage trigger, Mary. If! Brace himself and smiles. You annoying kid! I'll put you in your place! Gift check! Violently reveals the top card for a song. She pants in realization when she sees the card. Unfair deal. No trigger. I am my turn. Yeah! Go Hiro! You survived! That was a well-timed safeguard, but it wouldn't have done anything if Mary hadn't brought Revon back. So why did he wait for this moment? I'll tell you why, Shoji. During your match with Mary, she had every reason to attack into your search of the dark arts with Ripper at the end, and it would have been an easy win, but she didn't. And the reason for it is because she wanted a clash of aces, a bout to the finish, to crush her opponent's hope. Just make your move already! His turn goes through the phases as he gives his speech. Listen, Mary, you are more focused on crushing your opponents completely rather than enjoying the game. Both Kyoshi and Mary are annoyed. If you had just simply played for fun, if you just hadn't brought back Revon, you would have won that turn. But you weren't. You wanted to completely and utterly destroy me. Well, you failed, and now it's time for me to show you my Crimson Nova! Reveals one card in his hand to Mary. I pay 3 and play Rage of the Dragon! This turn, Revon can attack all of your creatures at once in one attack! Stands tall and roars ferociously as it glows red. Even with that, I'll still be able to survive since Ripper has 200 power! You can't beat me this turn, which means comes next turn, I win! Wrong! Throws his last hand card down. I summon a second Crimson Sword from my hand! Crimson Sword flies down from the sky and floats above the ground with flames surrounding it. What? You had another Crimson Sword? Then that means Haute stops. Hiro wins! In awe, he did it. He beat Mary when I couldn't. In his head, who does he think he is saying it's wrong to play to crush your opponent or to win? You can't win if all you do is focus on fun. It's time for my attack phase! Mary steps back slightly as Hiro places his hand over Revon. Crimson Dragon Revon! Attack all of Mary's creatures! And I pay 1 to activate a gift check! Followed by resting Crimson Sword to add 100 power to Revon, making for a total of 300 power! Rest both of his creatures with everything he has. Roars, shaking the ground and causing a strong wind to travel across the field, pushing Mary and her creatures back. Crimson Sword flies into the air and transforms into a sword, which Revon jolts after and catches in his mouth. Looks up at Revon and clenches her fist. No guard. Gift check! Reveals the top card of his song. Damage trigger! 1 damage to you, Mary! Go! Supremacy Flame! Flies around the air, catching a blaze as the fireball born from the damage trigger was shot at Mary, pushing her back. Ah! Damage check! Murder Slur Allen, no trigger! Revon dove down as all the creatures tried to attack it. Assistant Assassin and Evil Encourager tried to jump it with their daggers, but were burned by the flame as Shadow Watcher tried running straight at it, but was cut by the sword. Even if you crush all of them, I'll crush you in their stead! Red Ripper! Charged towards Revon and used his dagger to keep Revon at bay, forcing Revon to the ground. The two began to battle as Ripper tried to use his acrobatics to attack, but Revon fought back by leaping off the ground, circling in the air, deflecting all of Ripper's attacks with his tail and knocking it back, which Ripper countered by jumping into the air. Ha! This'll spell your end! Brings his dagger down on Revon, but Revon charges and slashes through him with his sword, destroying Ripper. Ripper! Flies high into the sky and dives down at Mary as it roars, causing the barrier to form. Do it now! Revon! Whispers, I can't lose. I can't lose. I can't lose. Crying, am I selfish? 2 knocks can be heard at the door. Who is it? You know, everyone has to do things they don't enjoy at times, even pop stars. It's like a game. As long as you try to enjoy it, you win. So can you please try to make it look like you're enjoying yourself out there for your fans? I guess it could be fun. That's the Mary I know. Let's go ahead and get out there. And maybe later we can go out for ice cream. Opens the door. Alone. Holds her hand and leaves with Mary. Go, Revon! Crash into the barrier, struggles to push past it, but eventually breaks through it, knocking Mary back. Ah! Mary goes back to her normal attitude before the fight ends and slowly gets back up and does her damage check. Damage checks. Fall once more. Shadow Watcher. Unfair Deal. The Ripper. All no triggers. Throws all the cards to the damage zone, which all land perfectly. This is our Crimson Nova! Poses with Revon in victory. Roars while posing before disappearing as the simulation ends. Walks over to Mary. Hey, good game. Extends his hand out to Mary to shake her hand, but she looks at him and walks away. Huh? You know you could at least say something instead of just walking away. Retracts his hand, walks past Shoji. I'm sorry. Continues to walk away. Huh? She said sorry? I guess so. She did promise Hiro after all. Enters the elevator alone and turns to face the group. He may have beaten me, but next time you won't be so lucky. Smiles cheekily. Bye. The elevator closes and Mary leaves. That was weird. The group walks over to Hiro. Congrats, Hiro! You won! Thanks, Aika. Yeah! I can't believe you managed to beat Mary! Though, if Shoji just had a second chance, he probably would have won faster. Yeah, sure, Hayate. Nah, she's probably right. Hiro won that by the skin of his teeth. You know, Shoji, you could at least give me something since I won. You even helped earlier. I remember no such thing. Turns away from Hiro and smiles slightly. What do you mean, Shoji? Hiro was going to guard and you told him Hayate was cut off. Looks at Hayate. I don't remember anything, and neither do you. Winks at Hayate. Oh right, never mind. Hiro went off of pure luck. Aika and Hiro look at each other and laugh, staring off into the distance and talking in his head. If you had just simply played for fun. What a fool. Not all of us can afford the luxury of fun. Out loud. Hey Hiro, good job on winning. Hey Kyoshi, it was thanks to both Shoji's advice and my match with you last time that I was able to win. What advice? Nothing. Turns around quickly. Uh-huh. Yeah, sure. Well, I'm glad I was able to help you win. Anyways, it's starting to get a bit late. We all should probably go for the day. The group nods and walks towards the elevator as the camera cuts to someone walking down the street flipping a coin. I feel like a battle, but I've got no one to fight. Sees the group walking out of the shop talking. They look interesting. What should I do, Fate? Heads, I confront them. Tails, I do nothing. The woman flips the coin into the air and catches it in her hand, but doesn't look at it. I guess it's decided. Mary, what's her deal? It doesn't matter. I won anyways. What do you mean it was luck, Shoji? Hey, who's that? A gambler? And you use Arizon too? Hey, you're wrong. I won against Mary with skill, not luck. And I'll win now to prove it. Next time, game of chance, gambler battle, grimoire open.